Omanhene Yaw Boakye me Sompa anopa bia obebi o TV o radio na otemene ewurade na ahyehyɛ ne saa anopa bia me no medi nkomo ne anwene o my Ghana ho. President John Dramani Mahama ahye akuafo bose ndie wakachira omo se yefra bibi farmer service centers across Ghana ha nyina no bibia de dana kwamu a akuafo benya mmoa mu odin afri sa center so te ekoba se bia udia diaba bi udia abro udia atoko ade bia wo ya eba efa kuayo ho no omo betumi aba beboa ama kuayo aye kama aye nika na waka we ebra na all launch all cut sword for a big push project in wa. You see our Shasi president.
I wish to assure him that
as all the Ashasi and Fukromo no Chaba. The
promise we made. I wish to assure him that the promise we made for the setting up of farmer service centers is about to be fulfilled. We have identified 50 sites across the country in the food growing areas where we're going to set up these farmer service centers. Each farmer service center would have tractors, combine harvesters, maize shellers, plows, harrows, tractor trailers, and all the machinery and equipment that you need for farming. The Minister of Finance is going to read his budget, and in next year's budget, he's made provision for the first 11 of the farmer service centers to begin.
Nene nyame aduma omanpedi John Dramani Mahama eba asante mantem ede adwumadie eye nkokon nketenkete enkokon nketenkete omanpeni ba asante mantem ha official launch of the nkokon nketenkete program na coordinating council and Ministry of Food and Agriculture and I need to just say Womoto Sanfre Ghana for nyina. Say nyina for any kwache Jubilee Park. Don't ko pepe. Na ye died the official launch of Nkokon Nketenkete. We every regional minister say ye and what they ba. Say nyame adoma enne. Nkokon no be su fe.
Sompa FM.
Dem one for the omudie kofie. Obeka adwada no me ne yewura. Ekopoku twetwe nkomo. Emma or the one she say nyina to dwa kyerɛkyerɛ mu ye eno ho yewura babiani enye ne ekoso ewo appointment committee. Now I will say when they sit and they're having proceedings, it should reflect the dignity and integrity of parliament. And you see yewura babe.
Standing orders serve as a reminder that our proceedings must always reflect the dignity and integrity of Parliament as a key organ of state. As Speaker, I wish to reaffirm Parliament's unwavering respect for the judiciary as a co-equal arm of government under Article 125, Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution, which vests the judiciary power of Ghana in the judiciary.
Okay, and what you almost say standing orders no. You say womo ede ebo womo brama animonyam banya standing orders somebody kokontokwa. Enti na ninje na wo hwe another pranim na hwe ayarga nim anache as a beef no wom. Eti say free na krom de beef no ginam pa. Yo. Helicopter crash report. Na Captain Porfojo and a lady here. Na edi kind almost a black box no. What they call China. Because na aeroplane no China. Enti womo anyi bibia buba bia ni won mo mujai omo dane buba ni nyina. No stone was left unturned. Enti say report na ba. Enye say bi omo yi bibi free man na omo ye bibia pepe. Captain Porfojo.
at the flight logs of the aircraft, with records of the aircraft. We looked at the flight logs of the aircraft. We looked at the flight logs of the crew. We checked on the crew's qualification. We checked on documentation, just to be sure that everything was proper. The flight data and cockpit voice recorder were then transported to the AVIC Flight Decoding Center in Xi'an, China, from the 12th September to 22nd September 2025. Now, AVIC is the Aviation Industry Corporation of China.
Okay. The Atosumienu. What's your more Echo J report? A medical report. What do you share? Captains na any co-pilot. Muchi aeroplane. Psychologically, clinically, health-wise, na the captain and the co-pilot, they were sound. Na bibi anyone may say, as a bibi hano, as a na jimu kano, and as a na stress bi womo so ana bibi ne ma bia ni bufu yebeka ebrebi German pilot to be wo fa to aeroplane Lufthansa what do omo ko ba do one man or local wa yini nyina na oma ayi co-pilot no bibi no mu ye no die and we announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, life is not what I want, so I'm sorry, I have to sink into the river and all of us are going. Our pilot 3D idea go rescue monu munyina we. It's okay. And you do maybe na a bit more crafty say because I buy any probably cancer the pilot na bibi ano na ni nua bia wu na ni papa wu omo se na adwumu fine. Paul Forjo, captain.
To further rule out any potential human causes, we examined the medical and psychological records of the crew. A review of the medical and personal records revealed no known medical or psychological conditions in the captain, co-pilot, or technician at the time of flight. All three were described by witnesses as calm, prepared, and professional during the pre-flight activities. Fatigue or medication was not considered to have materially affected their performance on the day of flight.
You're Rafajwe. Ba onumo. And I do this rest control or Casa Yenti. It will compare one country no come of be a good opportunity. Helicopter Tiashi Koyusha Moon never sits in one or strong the calls over the cold. Hey! You're up upon you. I don't have over fortunate. A primarily investigations of yo yate. Now also the two Yamunya crowd next one Bambati. Captain Porfodio say flight captain no, they were competent enough and they were certified. He was recategorized in March as Cat C pilot. You know easy.
Within the Ghana Air Force, he was recategorized. Within the Ghana Air Force, he was recategorized in March 2025 as a Cat C pilot. That is, a pilot qualified to be a captain on the helicopter, the Z9 helicopter. And he had a green instrument rating.
The helicopter accident. The helicopter accident was an unfortunate and sudden weather-related accident. Captain Porfodio.
D being, depends on what you call high and low. D being for the initial, sort of, and then you go all the way to A. It's interesting to note that for quite a while, and as at now in the Air Force, the highest category is Cat C. So the pilot was totally competent to be flying this plane.
FM.
Yeah. You know what I mean, man? The emergency on the day of the flight, the weather visibility was worse. The weather visibility was so poor. People have started asking, so what intel was given to them concerning the weather? Because the tower is supposed to be connecting with them to tell them at every point weather condition. And when they may replay too, they free Kumasi Konkai, they coordinate. To say you can't land because the kind and say one of the airlines would do almost 25 minutes with him. Time was soon so land, the fog was so much. It was so for almost 25 minutes. I remember one time I was going to Accra. We drew Honomona and you see, they will be going around for another 10 minutes. It's a petrol, so we make it a come 25 minutes and some 10 minutes. It's all percent cut if you and a land there. It's weather condition, were they not told? And it's all of a sudden, a lot of questions need to be asked. Anyway, the emergency response was very timely. The fact that the first responders managed to get there within 2 hours is a remarkable achievement.
Emergency response was very
leading the
investigation would like to say
that
from everything they gathered, the emergency response was very timely. The fact that these first responders managed to get to the site in about 2 hours was remarkable because the terrain has very steep slopes. It was raining. It was slippery. So it wasn't the easiest thing to do. When we went to the site, it was also raining and it was very slippery. And we struggled using sticks and everything to try to get up there. So looking at everything, we would say very confidently that the emergency response was very timely.
Okay. Aboma baso. Yedonyo peduan ponasi. Na nyame form kransie. Kosa wo ho ai bebusa. Give to your Deputy Director, former NSA. When you bail or da 20 days. Was that to be that
Sompa FM.
You see, I need a jano. Or could da 20 days. I feel the young be a man. I will pay. No, says if you say, I'm very munjo. If you are the 100 million. And I says, you be 800 million. Then a lawyer for no court, no more court so money. Ana Ade. I said, no, dear, that's a court also to beat my EBF because I don't know Chief Justice, Active Justice vetting. Or see, bail nipa be used as a way of manner, source of punishment. They are wrong. Who you says you be? You see, the 500 million. I've had in some. Now, money bail written when they say almost already on the interest of Gusu.
And come in the phone, half.
There be any pan what at the end of the year 500. With the Munganja song for 500, no cry, bail condition with some sureties now. Oh, my bar 800 million Ghana, 800 million Ghana cities, Asante. I buy jet through.
This is a banana bonus.
I know just a banana baby. You would have did punch and what dear me on.
Ni panje na we die mia.
Hey.
Ni panje.
Ready we mobo. Asante akwaba.
You ni o man.
Eja akwaba.
Boss me jo so.
Eja ku full name ye say. Ewra bi simi musa na mse o. Idi na mi musa no se die ntra.
Around the day.
Eja ku aware.
Me ni obi awo. Ayo.
Oh man, I think I will step in for my client at this time.
Bibusane say waware.
Very confidential information.
Asante waware.
Me, I'm talking for my client.
Bibuso say waware.
So
what is wrong if I ask somebody, are you married?
No, but you see, looking.
I asked, I said, I can't say or no be ewo. When you're married, man, we sound as one castle. Wawada, waware, and there be a jaco. Yo,
and that is my word
beautiful.
For my client. So I want.
But a jaco is just telling me, say, he is honest and frank.
Yes. Well, I don't think that is frankness.
But that is what?
That is not frankness.
That is what?
If you ask a question in court, answer the question. What were the Annie Debbie? That is not answer to the question.
Also, no be my idea.
I'm only elucidating my answer.
I ran out no pay wo tie jako. I ran on the jako no wo tie no. Tie jako no betima yinika anamboa.
Sompa FM.
We are okay nani agye.
I'm being measured.
Efie ajo D.
Yes.
Period. And now you are stepping in. Who told you are the amicus curiae here?
Well, I wanted to be.
You don't want to be. And I won't even allow you to be. As long as I sit here, I won't allow you.
Like I had a guy this morning.
As long as I sit here, I won't allow you to be doing what you're doing. Any attempt, I will come in. Hey, that's a better mama. I go very militant. Anyway, you didn't come out and some of the jobs. As I'm saying, I'm free.
My helicopter crash in one seminar. A very emotional.
Nampacho,
yeah, I'm a security expert. Well, I know.
I'm a security expert. Yay, Abu Makai. What been to be Chanamame?
Oh, on my assembly, a very emotional issue.
Very.
Oh, Casabiana, Sebio, you're doing a bushia, you and me, Papa Mujani.
Yeah,
and we will be communicating. And I said, we are communication officer, whatever, Biana. What you should be thinking about. So, Casana or can Biana, yeah. Adia, as I say, we train a bushia, Mujani. That's right. And then Musa never said bushia, for be grass or home.
I think the wife, some wives were there.
And some children too were there.
Some children too were there.
And you know, oh, can you can be a Nipano from intimate for Mumba.
That's right.
We know, need to put our parents a perceive share how in future. A beans beam.
That's right.
But for the sake of the nature, I said, Gana beans dentina. A whole press conference. Say, Pessimate for a team sim bibli. Now, my assembly, yet, the night movie speculated before, say, the weather condition.
Yeah.
And a papa so they were torso.
That's right.
The discussion as when they lost communication with them. And that's my worry. Because in Kana airplane, in me say, a flight, you know, you do the idea. He can go back even to Western region and land there.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened. Say at all costs, I'll have to try and land and get some nearby place to land so that you can come to the center. Who they are now working? Say, will be mobile senior catcher me say the weather, the foggy nature of the weather. Ebo mo come to Cote d'Ivoire kujina. Put me ko Burkina Faso kujina because our lives are very important than any other thing. So the communication, the assurance given to them, they were trying to hover around the enclave of Boakye to get somewhere to land. You know, unfortunately, and then Uncle by Senka, and then Casa Monsamra crying, Monsamra Takra dimpa, and beer and car to have saved life. Did they make the mechanic pen say, "It's here we say a condition of the flight in the say, they call China, record no. The bottom line is say me Ade Akye Abia who say flight na nkasa condition so we also came under view from the report so kakra fa ho and going forward the impending for no so they should begin to do the maintenance because some of the experts before even the committee was commissioned most of them have come to pass into my we are not the mechanic say ye kasa bia na yenwene abusua ye gina chire yenwene mma yenwene nipa ye kasa no entimi for how bia mre ya obia mre wo mo because we can't cry more than they breathed this morning the mekan no man pay mama no won so chiri say na yi events ne agriculture sector ne promises no omo ka se ombe seti some say farming whatever centers bi ama akuafo no akwakope input ne saa ne ma no ade a mjize beboa and akuafo nso ni da so oman ne promise farmers no most of them are not fulfilled yet, and it's good say this week what shall I say with go concrete and get
Sompa FM
and yenim say ade ba kwa ni mu bi hwe ni mu paye dams constructions in the northern part of this country in particular enu nyina na yehunu sa niema no because say ekoba say yetimi produce niema in all weather situation in this country we could get all year round harvesting I be boy economy no enti we no ade ba no on farm ra ba nko nketenkete no o man say na di Monday na wudi ho nkomo no yenim say 55,000 household o man e Ghana ni hu asem na ye kan.
That's right.
Ye was station officers on be monitor crofo yi nko nketenkete la show yi o man nko no benyi kakra no o da se ni wo man taku no gite bi no sika na be da vete e be go fa hen because omutimi de omut expert ntimi ko nkura se ko net mo oman mosquito net e ma fence nkura se bi wi ni omum to mi se omum fanye emfa mo omum ban emfa nsi omum pa oman bo se net na bi no la show no na omode ko agwa ko pe ko yi na mo nsuom ebi won so no e decoration on dem ho woni ma won so what net e bia 1 million. And so once the malaria situation in the community is so high.
Omo de ko yi ne na mo nsuo.
Bi eni nyina bo se mo da ko bo fence nsuo hu na se be ya omanya se omo de ye net.
Na omo de yi nam.
Yi
nka.
Ntin se wo no wo de wo te wonkan wo te kuma se wakọ akọche and
so here you are insisting on proper supervision.
Yes, say wakọche 55,000 household. What check go be say 10 million or be 2 million mo bia se omo rent. Say 3 months time and I say be say 22 weeks time no we expect harvest or whatever so supervision na nature of mine ye say be mpanifo say betu ye pa agudantum emfa baso bi ama
and I won't say many of them are new.
Yeah, their knowledge in rearing of poultry
so very low. And you know I agree with you on the basis say oman hwe ya na oman to niam ye na veterinary officers na mo many anko ho a now they are planning 3 million beds. Monday or my energy say Kumasi ni abrantie bi and I wait me a yen kuko. What they did was because of the nature of Nkoko, yadi etimi ka omo munyina ewunti no. Omama omo every the day old chicks state no ama will grow omo edru a certain level. As I see, I'm Nkoko no do na every
chicken stage
yare betima abo akoko no ne wawu no coccidiosis ne Newcastle no sa omatima ye bibia ma mama na ye emoa na dru ba bia omo wa hode akwaje say esi yama akwara no watima asori anante
ade e be
chere nkwara brem no abobo e be ba ahomache ni ade no ene aso afri ho oma yes ade said the be ya mortality rate no ebe enye high na ebe ba low I think it's a very good thing but omo mani nko ho pa because ade we yo asante setimi gina
kokofunu kra no be mama
for ade we timi gina ho young boys bebre ene ye de bibi ba say ya edipa bebre ebu omani go so
omani ba omo so
man na big bro nya we chale Christmas we ma betch 50,000 Ghana cedis be pay free kokon get afi no bia pese David ye dia aba no fa wushim
ena o ma wonim emempo na amu regular am say mu bebre no the government could be deliberate to win some of these guys from that
yes
so we kono hu se we yen kokon get yen bi kakra free ma o ka se o masi no go to galamsey na onfo so we should be very strategic
ajako
Mame Nasia no pay na main chair at for her hanopay. Maybe some shas ye free gift your worry, ni bill condition.
A brand be a friend of Osman Nuruddin or Aguna. Also pewasem too much. Oh man, greet a jackal for me. I love that guy. And I know say I should allow a jackal more time. to speak.
Hey, you cannot talk to my judge like that.
I know they may who come. Also, I know me who you are.
You cannot talk to my judge like that.
I don't know with you.
Mami, shasi very gifty or why the ano so bail condition. Now my question and Rami who say otumi meeting the bail condition na me bisa me ho say. Say no o ma yimo no your bail condition no ya page mu akwa kodru saying. Na saying na yes ya na dia akwa kodru.
I believe it is based on merit and
the gravity
of the crime or the issues at stake.
Has it been established now?
No.
The gravity of the offense.
It is dependent on the ECOSO, and it is at the bosom of the judge. That is where the problem is.
So I see is a quite reasonable. I say you had the bail condition, no, they are preventing.
It is becoming a punishment now.
Yes. Yeah, the chini pabiason say, "Oh, you pese ukoko huya kakrawe." Eti awasi ya day intansabili to so bail condition kakraka bi to so se be ya oye ohun hwe kura enye yi enti enko du tama obetumi anya sika no na fi waba be beli wo ho waba be yi wo afiri mo na je wo hwa kakra hwe na de pese ye du fam no na ye di wa fam. I think say it's a yes na say ye tietie nipa bi fa hodie so kakra wo mem ha at least o asem a edawa asem no edawa ehome ekire sampa udi nipa no kokota obetumi adi bima. You don't need anything ketinkiti bi na ade aba be she baby dia frustrate nipa bi o baby a. I think say enka was a bail condition no cry ye fast ye swift. If ya na nke the nipa no ya prepare ni na kwa kujina court because answer na ubekwa kwa ya arrest na it means you have evidence before you say as soon as you are maintain say ni na fa no ho a eye concrete as me de no kujina court se see ya metumi yi but ye de omo ko shemu na say bail condition ti adi be 2 weeks 3 weeks it means ye ni ankasa ye ni case nti ye pese ye delay kakra ye pese ye twe na so kakra ye pese bibi kakra de fa na ni ase ansakra na ebia de ye besi na asi. However, say ko ba say bia bail condition ya yiri mu sei na asem ni nyina mu ye be kwa kodi awie no na say nipa no di bima one way or the other no what
tete an fa ho die so
what tete nipa no fa ho what say na busua the mental fortitude ne na asefo ni what brain as ga kanti mesrem penifo say they should come clear, they should let us understand say bill no ya ye pejemu based on A B C D. That should be clear because you are doing it in the interest of Ghanaians. So let Ghanaians understand, carry us along. Let us be with you and understand the processes you are doing. Sebe ya se nipa no kojina baby no o kasa se witch hunter ye Ghana fo ankasa kro betumi aba
say no
you never be defended near who say, oh, a same way they dis a wo ye do fussy, until you do fassa and no, Jackasa Tintino.
Okay.
Kitwa be on and cook on getting. I think it's a great opportunity. Just say the name bra air cano to win the souls of Mabununibi. Young pen who say, and we are near the feeding cocoy and concoy de yeba be importu.
Oh, Monday okay. Obo. Company didn't create Ashanti region. Almost all the feed Ashanti region.
Okay.
Company beer and a supply.
Okay.
And Kukono so a company in Kumasi.
Yes.
Eti almost a nyadi on bay and Kukonkitin Ketina, yet the contractor mo biwo China Nasa or no Debbie. The Pakrono Waka ya.
Or a Biarani Bayano Kruma. Na company na
the production is here.
Okay, so until the supply chain no. Sebe ya baby nko touch ma. Commander Sugar Factory. A clear example. Ya ka se ya fe ko duru baby. Ahunsin bebre adane dane sa. Wo mo ba be production na company na kwa fa firi ho. No ba beton no. Say na city baby ntosini ni nyina da kwa mu. Enduane no a ye be ye no farmers no mo be do no. Are they there? Are they ready? Kwan ya be faso ne ya mix aduane no nso na fe atumi aye to the level aye penny dey feeding nkokọ no nso eno nso gina so. However nkokọ nketenkete nso on be here light electricity no nso ejina ne nine so ye tu anamo bi ebetumi abo ma energy na gina na so ne tumi supply mo 24/7 enkanea yen san hwe nsuo ankoko yi benom no ye be kwa ko import Ghana ha ensase na yese no ni nsuo na yese no ye the measures bi de agu akwan mu sebe ya o kina nko yen kasa nkoko na u based on nsuo a omonom ye nti
se nkoko nkete no mostly akoye households.
Yes,
but I know crown it is challenged by space.
Yes,
because you see ano semi wo pepa se me ye bia ehe na me de buo nu kosie ehe na me kwakọ ye no enti amhwe ye be konkurase dodo.
yeah,
because Kumasi krodiem ha asante fanse meti asafo be se me ye nkukọ nkitikiti
emfa
me hide dan
emfa
efiewura
emfa
beka kire me se mema akwa ye nkukọ nkukọ no wo mo sent.
yes,
Omaduane was sent.
yes,
Manure no ne ade na fees no be ye na dane manure no. Enti wanye careful na krumba. Oma be deficited by that.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, what ya honjo, what bantuma, or one room, and you fee. How do you do Gugwangiti? Unless say backyard be war. Very good. So and no na make us say amazi siano. Ekwakwa to say
those
that outskirts part the bit me a year for the time being.
Yes.
Because a very difficult say me feel that. Say feel no na ya. E different. Then no feel no cry we ankofo betu afrifie. No go sent no ne ade na nya bro.
So it means obekwa kwaje asase wo kro no ja baby.
Nti omo won kro no a asase wo no they should take advantage now.
Yes.
And I me say me am wa asisi. Betimi akwaje nkukọ kete na bi am di kokote.
Kote no ebia wa
because ebia me wo akachi bi. Betimi akwaje na bia ba bi di se fumaso adwoso. Menya ba bi aye nkukọ no.
And we nyina no omo ise omo kasa manfo apply.
Yes. So what they should factor in
omo ba omo de ko nyina.
And no ne asem no. Asante. Because you didn't tap go we akukọ no obi abeji rakoton.
Yes. Yes.
Obeji nkukọ kitwa ne bia ma na 100 best.
Yes.
Oh cha
bi wa 100 ne say massage na mantimi anye.
Enye ma biska.
Na me ba ho because
e do wan hwe ye be wi ase no. Na nipa na je best no wo hwe animu say in 3 weeks or 1 month ometon.
Yes.
Ochadi.
Obakwase enwu na wu.
E do mo mani nko e ho na in their selection no. Omonya assured say nipa we wabobo nkukobuo na wie because feed akoko no any nkukobuo no nyina akra no yeyama o.
Yes.
Sir,
you don't pay.
And do the answer that question na
abai no yama no akacho se kohwe so na si twi say ensuo num ne enro makom enro kra de supply.
Hey.
Say abai ni person odi made abai ni person odi that entrepreneurial spirit no ewura Ghana for mu farming poultry side a deficit eti odi raw mu eti 100 better enkosia obenya
where broilers layers.
Yes, omo lay ni omo broilers and layers.
And 2 years ready market to
By December the market is available. Me sure say buy no crime sure ba beto sa enkukọ no a supply. But just tell me say the be ya omo readily market.
So these basic questions. These are basic questions. I was say because for now you be kwa boss ani mai nyina de amom no we a political promise o. Until at the end of the year, at the end of the 4 years, we are going to judge you. This I said the Nana Dan Kwakufado the fine policies are hold what they buy, but because of politics, ne nkofu bi on bata home say because planting for food and jobs, it was very perfect.
The first 4 years there na exceptional. Omutigu man omutigumu.
One very nice.
Second term they over chiakai.
Oh,
Ngoziaga.
Oh my said the nasa policy no ya come up so politics nti yema ye ni anko ho ya say no enne ye no nti adwuma ni ho planting for food and jobs. Can them be sure say obi nim so 1 acre
planting I think rearing for cat for export and every buy away.
And so you see one district, one factory. It was a fine idea. It is a oba okopiem wo kwame dan so mi ya ye do we it kwame dan so atebu yeji e de na ye common wo ho. Let's establish one factory there to serve all of these district. Not necessarily every district we are what they fine policies, but here is the case. Say at the bar, meaning say enough and deep consultation to know how we are going to roll it out.
Let's hope for the best.
Papa, hey, Captain Brofon.
Captain,
I said the trendy on the slangs.
Oh, Captain Brofon, the oboe.
That's all my year can't call you defend.
I make us a strategy and they say, Ghana how and Penifoni be plan is say, wow, but Casano, you know. Ghana for a Musa question, yeah.
Can you imagine?
And
you know, okay, say
Chairman, so how is everything? Thank you very much. The good people of Kumasi, the lovely people of Ashanti. I just wanted you to know that Kotoko supporters are the best. Kotoko supporters and they hold the team. I want to let them understand that we are doing everything. Oh, you brought for us. Yes, what about Kwabra? So we need to get catchy. Okay, we are. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. You're a habit, Nakasano.
Yes,